and welcome to the Parsons Pantry. Today, I want to talk about a superfood. That's right, a superfood. Our superfood today is cranberries. Beautiful, ripe cranberries. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, okay, somewhere way back in my recollection, I remember they're good for something. Right? Aren't they supposed to be healthy? That's why sometimes if you eat it just by itself, it's not very good. Woo! It's good, but it's tart. Yeah. Well, I'm here to tell you today that they're not just sort of healthy. No. They're definitely in the superfood category. They are excellent sources of vitamin C, fiber, even minerals like copper and manganese. They are also high in bioactive plant compounds and antioxidants. Specifically, they are high in flavonol, polyphenols 2, 5, and 7. Now, I know you're sitting there saying, oh yeah, I know exactly what that is. Well, you will. You remember back in 2020, 2021, 2022, when all of those studies came out showing that one of the great and effective remedies for COVID SARS-2 was none other than the very simple drug, hydroxychloroquine. Yeah, but everybody who went to the doctor was told, no, you can't have that. And if you went to the pharmacy and actually had a prescription, no, we don't have that in stock, nobody could get a hold of it. I'm sorry, we have a little guy who wants to spend time with me today. Once again, here is Sylvester. Yes. You want to say hello? We're talking about cranberries today. So, hydroxychloroquine, the drug that no one could get a hold of during such a critical time. What would you say if I told you you could have had access to the same exact action that hydroxychloroquine has on your body, but naturally, through natural food? Yeah, it's called Quercetin, Quercetin, Quercetin. And it reacts with the human body the exact same way hydroxychloroquine does. And how do you get it? Well, one way is cranberries. All right, since Sylvester decided he wants to help make this video, I told him he had to be dressed for the occasion. So we have a lovely little bow tie. I don't think he's too thrilled, but if you're going to help me with the cranberry video, I think you should be dressed for it. What do you think? Yeah? Okay. All right. Now, cranberries are not the only foods that have quercetin. He's chewing my mic. Oh, dear. All right, we're back to try this for a third time. I had to call in some favors, and I now have a cat babysitter downstairs, so we can move on with our talk today. Cranberries are not the only superfood that are a great source of quercetin. There are several others that have very high quercetin content. Those include onions, kale, cherry tomatoes, broccoli, blueberries, and apples, specifically the peel on the apples, the pectin. So if you're wanting to boost your immunity during flu season, if COVID SARS-2 is going around again, these are great foods to be injecting into your meal plan. All right. Cranberries, though, not only are cranberries an excellent source of vitamins and minerals and quercetin, but they also enhance your immune system. They prevent complications from E. coli, and they even help your body to pass through microbes. Now, if you don't have something in your diet to help microbes pass through, what happens is they wind up getting stuck. Okay, they get stuck, and then the longer they're there, they begin to wear away at the body's cells and invade them. And that's where you start to have problems like yeast infections. You get UTIs or other digestive issues. H. pylori, it allows that to profligate. So you really need something in your diet to help with that. Now, I can just hear the gears spinning. You're saying, wait. Okay, if cranberries are so amazing, Why don't I hear more about this? Why is my doctor not telling me about this? Well, there's several reasons. Problem number one, American culture has an unhealthy obsession with chemically based pharmaceuticals as an end-all cure for everything. You know, we like to laugh at people from 80, 90, 100 years ago who really believed in medicine men who came through town. If you remember back in the early 1900s and a little bit before that, these men would come in these brightly decorated wagons, and these men would pull up in the middle of town, and they would, open the doors, and they have all these big posters, and, oh, I've got this miracle drug, and it cures everything. And we laugh about that, but we're just as bad, because we think that everything needs to be solved with a chemical. Now, sometimes there's a reason doctors are not promoting cranberry, and we're about to discuss that, because the second part of our problem is that the tart, tangy, and slightly sour flavor of these is not common, and it's not something that commonly Americans enjoy. We don't really have the palate for it. Okay, and so a lot of times these are not part of the usual American diet. In fact, if I had to make a guess, I'd say that the only time most of us actually eat cranberry is out of a can at Thanksgiving. That's the only time we touch this. And therein lies our problem. We have restricted this very powerful superfood to a side dish once per year. Cranberry no longer plays an active role in our diet, and it shows. So that's problem number two. It's not an active part of the diet. Now, because cranberries are not an active and frequent part of our diet, it leaves our bodies open to invasion by these microbes, depending on what we are eating, right? And that brings us to problem number three. Because the only time we rush to consume cranberry is only after we become ill with a UTI, yeast infection, or all these other things. And somebody happens to say, oh, you should try cranberry. Okay, I'm so sick, I'll do anything. Let me run to the store. That means we're having to claw our way back to health once our body has already been compromised. And it's an uphill battle. So our experience with this food becomes negative. So problem number three is we only engage with this superfood, if at all, once we've made its job much more difficult. Problem number four is how we choose to then ingest cranberry. Let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, we run for cranberry juice off the store shelves. Huge problem. That is how we really voodoo ourselves, okay? Why? Number one, remember that any fruit, vegetable, root, any leaf, plant, it begins losing nutrients from the moment you cut it from its life source. Okay, so number one, you're cutting it from its life source. So even buying cranberries in the produce section of your grocery store isn't great, but there's some nutrients left. It would be far better to go to a farmer's market because they're fresher there. It would be even better if you could grow your own because you're getting it at the source. You're harvesting it and eating it, because from the moment that these are separated from the life source, the clock starts ticking. So consider even buying these in the produce section of the store, they have diminished nutrients. But when it is rendered down into a cranberry juice, it's far worse. Here's why. Because they are enhancing those things with flavors. Natural flavors. You've seen it. You see it on canned goods. You see it on juices. Natural flavors, but they will not tell you what that is. And so when you run and go and grab cranberry juice, you have no idea how much actual cranberry is in that juice, and you have no idea how old it is. It may be completely depleted of any nutritional value. Plus, usually, cranberry juice you purchase from store shelves has added sugar, which, surprise, surprise, causes microbe growth rather than diminishing the microbes and passing them through. So it's no wonder that a lot of doctors won't even tell you, hey, you're having a problem in this area, why don't you go get cranberries? Because they know what we're going to do. We're going to go for something that tastes good. That means it's going to have a ton of added sugar. It's going to make the problem worse. And your doctor knows that. And they're saying, no, I know how most of my patients react. I'm just not even going to tell them. Okay? So that is our problem. These 4 issues are why cranberry is often ignored as a medical remedy. Number 1, medical field, and in our culture, we are stuck on chemicals and pharmaceuticals. Number 2, because we do not consume enough of this superfood in our regular diet for it to have a measurable impact. Number 3, because we use cranberry as a last resort once we're already sick. And number 4, because we ingest cranberry using non-bioavailable or microbe-increasing ways that defeat the purpose. So basically, here's what happens in our society. We have gotten to where we question the efficacy of this incredible superfood because we've put our immune system in jeopardy before we ever get to it, right? Or we're ingesting it in a way that is not helpful to our body in any way, shape, or form. So what is the answer? Well, the key to being able to take advantage of this superfood essentially is to diminish these issues. All right? If we diminish the obstacles to taking advantage of the superfood, we also diminish our yeast infections, UTIs, and digestive problems. So what we need to do is incorporate fresh cranberry into our regular diet. So this week, to help us out, I am releasing 4 new recipe videos to help you incorporate cranberry into your regular meal plan. We're going to have cranberry pork delish, cranberry chicken salad croissants, tart Tilly's chicken, and spicy cranberry jelly. Now, that is a great little dessert topper for cheesecake or anything that has a more bland flavor. This will spice it up. It is a wonderful drizzle for the top. So we're going to have those 4. And as an added bonus, I'll be sharing how to turn your fresh cranberries into regular cranberry jelly. You stay tuned. I cannot wait to share all of this cranberry goodness with you this week. Stay tuned. Y'all have a good day.